Hi buddy, my name is John Fisher. Welcome to Brenda's Birds Complaints. It's kind of a long story, but let me tell you what's going on. A couple of weeks ago, my cockatiel, Romeo, got away. He just got by the patio and he took off. And so, I was looking for Romeo and trying to figure out how to get a hold of him. And I went to the place where I patronize, which is Fins, Feathers, and Things. And I've been with them forever and ever and ever. They have a lot of lost birds come in. They have a lot of birds for adoption. They've got some real good product. And even though Amazon's around, I still go there and patronize them. They're small businesses. And I said, hey, have you seen this bird? They said, no. And they said, try Brenda's Birds. A lot of people will probably end up taking the birds there. So I get home, and that night, 2 o'clock in the morning, I get a flyer. A flyer sent to me on a text, and do you know this bird? Come get him, blah, blah, blah. So the next morning, I believe it was Saturday, I went ahead and called a woman up who put the flyer up. By the way, later on we'll tear apart Brenda's response. She said social media. The extent of the social media was Scotch tape to an elevator, one elevator. That's the social media she's talking about. And I'm going to expose this woman because you know what? Totally out of integrity, big liar, and you know what? Next time you lose an animal, you don't want this woman anywhere near your animal. The bottom line is that she left town, she gave the bird to a gentleman. The gentleman couldn't hold on to Romeo anymore and walked into the store. And here it comes. This is now her response to the BBB complaint. A man came into the store. He stated he was given a bird by a woman that found the bird and had the bird also for several days to a week. Lie. Okay, he had the bird maybe 1 or 2 days. The bird was lost on a Tuesday, and he got the bird on, I don't know, maybe a Wednesday or a Thursday, and she got the bird, I think, on a Thursday, on a Friday, I'm not sure. Both parties had looked for the owner and put on social media with no avail. A big damn lie. Never been put on social media. And this is all she does. She has a real pattern, and the reason I built this website is to expose this woman because she's got to be the biggest liar I've ever met in my life. Please find the bird a home, we were told. Usually when we receive something like this, we would advertise or search for owner, as our social media proves in the past. As a courtesy, we would hold it, or they would just sit in the store until we find it a home. So what happened to Romeo? Romeo is different. Did Romeo get this right here? She's telling you right here what her policy is, okay? And she says, we were told all resources were exhausted and the owners were not found. Lie. There was no resources. There was no social media. What happened was somebody wanted the bird and she wanted to make money, and that's what happened. She says the bird was a Latino cockatiel, very common bird. They're not known to be wild. They're generally domestically bred, mostly bred tame, unless an untamed adult. We have an abundance of them in the store. If you have an abundance of them in the store, she says 50. Why did she take Romeo off the top? Why didn't she take somebody off those poor 50 birds that she's had in there for God knows how long? Why Romeo, a day, 1 day fresh bird? Full of inconsistencies. She's a damn liar. A family came into the store. The bird went to their child. They wanted the bird. We rehomed. You sold the bird. You didn't rehome it. Simple as that. There's no law in the state of Florida, so she goes on to justify that normally she does it as a courtesy, but the bird really liked the kid, so we allowed it to go. We have approximately 50 or more in the store. A few days later, Mr. Fisher calls the store and speaks to a female store manager. Asks her if they found a white bird. Did not say what kind. Of course I knew what kind. It's a cockatiel. Stated that we do not have a white bird, but we did have a yellow bird. And by the way, that yellow bird on the website is just kind of like a satire as to like her lies. This is what she's describing, a yellow bird. Romeo's not a yellow bird. White chest, white wings. He has a yellow crest on his head. And that's what got me upset when they were lying. Told her there was no such thing. I told her there was no such thing. He proceeded to scream at her and hung up. And I scream at her, all I want to do is get my bird back. She goes, he called back, spoke with a male employee, asked the employee for a white and gray bird. Now, why would I come up with the word gray? I'm still stuck on the white. Again, not the color of the bird we received. The color of the bird she received was yellow. Another lie. This is my frustration, and that's why I did get upset. By now, I'm starting to get upset. The employee told him we had many birds. We had one which we sold light-colored head, also uncommon for cockatiel. Not uncommon. It's very common for a cockatiel. When you think cockatiel, white with a little yellow head and a little peach spot. He screamed at the employee and he hung up. We received several hang-up calls from a private number. Another freaking lie. Would I have time to waste calling people up and hanging up phone? This woman she's crazy, this woman. He sent an email with a video of a yellow Lutino cockatiel, not the bird described to us. What else am I describing to you? Stating that I want my Romeo back. I just bought www.BrendasComplaints.com. I'm a social media expert. You really want to go there? Answer is yes. That is true. Probably the only thing true that happened over here. Called him, asked him to tell what's going on, what happened. He proceeded to tell me we sold his birdie and I want my bird back. She used the F word 10 times and then she denies it. She said she never used the F word. She was nasty. She was overbearing. I couldn't even talk to her. The one question that I asked her is, how long was that bird in your possession before you sold it? And she would not answer that question. The employees are all liars. They're stealing and we're trying to cover up something. Damn straight they were covering something up. He ran it for several minutes and stated if the bird got a good home, he didn't want it. I finally attempted to explain to him that I was told he described the bird as a white bird. He never received a white bird, but we did get a yellow one. She continues to lie. He explained to me yellow bird didn't exist and a wild bird isn't friendly. I explained that there was no white bird. We received a yellow bird. Continues to lie. What's she covering up? Why does she keep saying Romeo is yellow, not white? So the bottom line is, I went ahead and said I wanted my bird, and she said, Mr. Fisher, come get your bird at 5:30. I went there, 5:25, I get a call, where are you? I said, 5:30, 5 minutes away. I pulled into the parking spot, and in the parking spot, I see 3 police cars. You know what she puts in here? She puts in here that let me see, that I was, here we go. His vehicle flew into the parking lot as if he was running a race. He entered the store and sarcastically announced after seeing 3 police officers, "Are you all here for little old me?" That was true. And sarcastically laughed and made some other sharp comment. I lifted my shirt and let him know I wasn't armed. So we gladly returned the bird, not sure what the issue is. First of all, I'm racing my car. What is this woman? She's a little crazy, this woman. I raced my car. If you ever look in her store in that parking lot they're in, there's no room to even park, let alone race a car. And what is racing a car? There's 3 cops there. You think if I raced a car, I would have gotten a ticket? And by the way, 3 cops, full SWAT. They're nice guys. I love cops. I'm not afraid of cops. And you know what? I even had a nice conversation with a couple of them afterwards. This woman cannot be trusted. And the reason I built the site is to put her on notice that the next time she lies to anybody, someone's watching. And we're not going to let her get away with it. This woman is a big problem. And hey, not only are we going to put the complaint page on here so you can lodge complaints against her, we're going to go ahead and do the lost and found to watch what's going on with her lost and found policy. Like she said, she does whatever she can to get a hold of her. She never did that with Romeo. Why was Romeo excluded from their policy? And the 50 birds sitting in the back? Anyway, do you get why I'm upset? This woman's bad news. Guess what? I do have my bird back, but how many people are as aggressive as I am and have the ability to use social media to get what they need from someone that just stole a bird from them? If you have any questions, feel free to call me. Thank you for your time, and thank you for letting me vent.